Hey guys, Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Omar Realty. So, can you buy a house for $0? No, you can't. I don't give a shit who says anything, you can't. Could it eventually cost nothing out of your pocket? Absolutely. That's what real estate investment is all about. So, let's go ahead and go down the steps on how a house could have potentially just cost you nothing. Now, this is actually going to be real estate, like an actual like buying a house for zero out of pocket, and this is not going to be one of those like, oh, I'm going to squat, or it's an adverse possession type of deal. This is actually going to be like, oh, how do I end up getting a house and then eventually paying nothing for it? So yes, I do understand, as a real estate broker and a mortgage broker, I do have some different advantages. So I'm going to take my advantages completely out of the equation, and we're going to go ahead and skip all the way until how a house will end up costing you nothing. Now, I'm not going to go through the buying process, and I'm not going to go through what you should be looking for. Yes, everybody should be looking for a good deal, something that is below market. Good luck in 2021. This is not going to happen. This market blows my mind. I am like astonished of I've never seen something like this before in my life. And I've been in real estate now for 20 years. You figure that, after the crash of 2008 and everything that happened, I should be kind of immune to everything, but holy shit, this is crazy. Yes, you will have, and just please bear in mind, okay, you are going to have your down payment, you're going to have closing costs, you're going to have all the typical real estate costs that come associated with buying any type of real estate. And like I said before you guys start going crazy in the comments, that this is a trickle method. This is something that will eventually cost you zero out of pocket. So now that this gets back to buying a property that is good value, right? Something that is undervalued to the market in the area that you see potential in. Now, when you buy this property, you have to make sure that you could take advantages of buying money at a cheaper rate overall, right? You want to get that money back because you don't want that money to be out of your pocket. That doesn't make any sense. We're far from zero. Like, let's say it's a $300,000 house. You put $60,000 in for your down payment, then other closing costs, whatever it ends up costing you. At the moment, rates are up and down. We have to make our money back. So if you bought a $300,000 house, you want to make sure that after you are done fixing whatever you need to fix, that it's actually going to end up it's going to appreciate in value in the eyes of a lender, right? So you want to go ahead and make sure that you're able to go ahead and pull the money out that you went ahead and put in. So you're going to go ahead, purchase the property. You're going to go ahead and fix it however you like to go ahead and fix it. Up to you. It's your world. I'm not anybody here to judge on who thinks that what looks good and what doesn't look good. And then you want to go ahead and refinance that piece of property to get the down payment that you put into it back. Now, hopefully that's the case that it works. Maybe not all of it, but hopefully some of it, maybe 10% of it. Now, as far as the refinancing goes, every one of them is different. You have to make sure that the values kind of work together. But in a nutshell, okay, this is what you do to try to get that money back, right? So let's say, for instance, the house that you bought was $300,000, down payment was $60,000, your loan was $240,000. Then what you would do is you increase the value by fixing whatever you need to fix with the new total value, right? You want that value to be appreciated more than what you actually purchased the property for, because that's the reason why you bought this house, right? Is to make sure that you could go ahead and get the money back that you initially invested in. So let's say, for instance, now you're at $240,000, but after your remodel and everything you did, the house is now worth, for the sake of argument, it's worth $400,000. So now, to the bank, you could actually pull out money off of that house. So that $260,000. Now, technically, what you could do, if that's the case, if you bought the house for $300,000, you put in your $60,000, which is $240,000. You do a cash out on it. You could go up to $80,000 back. Pretty cool. I know. Now, when you do these refinances, make sure you either have a mortgage broker like myself, that will go ahead and help you get a better rate than you initially got. Hopefully rates do stay good and they do go better, but I will put some tips and tricks on how to do it. I'll do that in a later video. Because you know what? I get to shop around a bunch of lenders, but sometimes banks do some crazy things because they really need some business, and I will have to turn you away and say, listen, it's not going to make any sense for me to do it either. Even though I could do it faster, I could do it quicker, and I could do it majority of the time cheaper than any bank out there. Sometimes they do things that just blows my mind away. Now, yes, I do understand that in these scenarios, you are hoping that you have an appreciation value on your home over time, okay? In 2021, okay, right now, real estate market is completely inflated. Like, it is the most inflated I've ever seen the market period. It's absolutely stupid, right? But understand that in order to buy a house and eventually not pay anything for it, this does require multiple times of refinancing and pulling cash out, hoping that your future projections of having an increased value on your house is exactly what happens. So yes, can you get a property and not pay anything out of pocket? Well, yeah, you want to make sure you have that money in your pocket, because money in a property doesn't do you any good. Money in your pocket will allow you to go ahead and buy something else. So yes, it's not $0 out of pocket. You still have a mortgage to pay. You're still gonna have to pay a bunch of other things, closing costs every time you refinance. But future projections on a 2 to 5 year spread, you know, you're anticipating that your property value is going to increase X amount of dollars to go ahead and refi, cash out, so you have that money in your pocket, so you could go and purchase another property and still have that as a rental property, bringing you income. Yeah, this is a money game. You know, this is a very simple thing. People have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. You buy one thing and then you trade it for something else, and then you try to get that one thing back, so you have two of one thing. People have been doing this since real estate started. Your buying power is as real estate investment is the biggest thing that you could possibly, is your biggest asset, right? So hopefully this helped some of you guys out. And if you have any other questions or comments, please go ahead and let me know how full of shit I am below, because you can't buy a house for $0, but you kind of can, somewhat, right? Like, subscribe, comment, all that other good stuff. I need to start putting this in the beginning of the video, because this is towards the end I feel like everybody probably skips it, but whatever. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what other videos that I could put up for you guys. Until then, for all real estate needs, please, links are also down below. Alden Mortgage for any lending needs, business, commercial, or residential. And then real estate, get up to 50% rebate back on your next home purchase. Commission rebate, that is, not the house rebate. Till next video, guys. Thank you.